Hi, Esther with EP Self-Defense Initiative. Today we're going to be answering the question, can/will my abuser change? But it is a question that is actually two, and they have two very different meanings, and they have various components to them. So let's tackle the first one. Can my abuser change? Absolutely. Anyone can change. Anyone is capable of change, even the most abusive individuals. How they will change? Well, they can either remove themselves from violence and they can become the most romantic human beings, or they can even become more violent. People are constantly changing. So can your abuser change? Absolutely. Will it be better for the better or for the worse? That's a different question. But they can. I have seen them go both ways. The second question is, will my abuser change? That question is depending on three major components, and they are help, the willingness to seek help or seeking help, willingness to change, and their change in environment. Seeking help. An abuser can only change when they have sought help from either a therapist or a counselor, psychiatrist or a psychologist. They can start helping them figure out what's causing them to respond or cope with abusive behaviors or violence. The second component to will my abuser change is the willingness to change. There are some courts that have mandated therapy. Mandated therapy hardly ever works. And that is because the person is just sitting there, they're filling out the worksheets, they are doing the body, movements, they're responding, but they're not wanting to change. Think of it as that child who is angry, who doesn't want to go to school, but they go. That doesn't mean that they're learning anything or that they're actually paying attention. They're just there. Most importantly, the third component, which is the change in environment. And this change in environment is not only physical, it is also emotional and psychological, sometimes even financial. And what I mean by this is, let's say an abuser comes up to you and says, you know what, I don't want to lose you. I'm going to change. I'm going to seek therapy. Just stay. Well, if they don't know what's triggering those violent behaviors, and they're being triggered at home, and they're not seeking help, how is that going to work out? It's probably not. So the best way to go about this is to say, you know what? I believe in you. I believe that you can change, but there has to be a change in environment. I don't want to be triggering you. I don't want the children to be triggering you. So we're going to go live our life while you change, while you go seek help. That change in environment also includes us as victims. We have to be willing to change, and we have to seek help too. We have to go to therapy, let's say for PTSD, which is very common. And we have to be willing to empower ourselves, and we have to change so that whenever we engage into a different relationship, or even if we go back to our abuser because they have changed, that we're not triggered by the same things and we don't escalate situations. So that change in environment is going to be perpetual. And that change in environment starts with us as victims. Okay? Thank you. I hope this helps. Have a good one. Be safe, be empowered people.